Hi folks, I'm Kevin Sir. I'm the Public Information Officer with the Illinois Emergency Management Agency, and I'm here with Ed. Hi Ed.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Ed Williams. I'm with the SBA, Office of Disaster Assistance. My role here in Illinois is to help provide the survivors get through the application process and get them into the best possible recovery as possible.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of things going on here with our disaster declaration for St. Clair County. So if disaster survivors already have insurance, why should disaster survivors apply to the Small Business Administration?
That's a great question, and we hear it all the time in our centers, and it's critical that they understand. We know that insurance is pending, and we know that also that it takes time for insurance to settle. Once you make an application with the SBA, our turnaround time is in the matter of days and maybe a couple of weeks. In that window of time, we can not only review the application, we can process it to an approval, do the closing documents and close that loan, and you'll be on your way into recovery long before insurance settles. And when insurance settles, we'll take a look at it and see if there's anything that was duplicated, and we'll adjust the loan to what you really needed had insurance already settled. And the second thing is, a lot of people think they have insurance and they're going to be covered. We know from history that, yes, insurance covers a lot of the damage. However, there's always a shortfall of some type that they need money for. If they don't apply now and put our loan approval on the side, if they don't apply, what could happen is their insurance settles. There's a big difference between what they need and what insurance gave them, and we're already gone. We've left the state because they missed that deadline for filing.
So can disaster survivors come into a disaster recovery center and ask questions or maybe even share some concerns about their SBA application?
Absolutely. That is one of the best sources we have is for an applicant to come in and sit down one-on-one with our SBA customer service representatives. They've been trained on the program. There's very few questions that they can ask them that they don't have a good answer for. And this is not a normal event for them, and there will be questions, and it's great to come in and sit down and have a one-on-one with one of our people.
So how does a disaster survivor get referred to the Small Business Administration for a disaster loan?
Wow, the most common question. Let me tell you what happens. A survivor registers with FEMA, and they get referred to SBA. The first question they ask is, why did I get referred to SBA? I can't take on any more debt. I have enough obligations on my table right now. So that's the first thing that happens. But the good news is that once they do apply for SBA and tell us the story at our table, when they come to our table at a center, we will say to them, tell us your story, what's going on? And when they tell us that story, we'll probably say to them, 5 out of 10 times probably, that you were right when you said to me early on that you can't afford a loan, and why am I sitting here? The answer is, let's do some paperwork right now, and if we find that your income and your obligations are too close, and it doesn't make sense to put any more obligations into your hands, we're going to send you right back to FEMA, and they'll evaluate you for what programs they have available.
So if people have applied to FEMA and gone through their FEMA application and they've been referred to the SBA, why should people apply to the SBA?
It's a great question. That's exactly why they should apply. Because once FEMA, through the process that we have set up for this program, refers someone to SBA, if they do not fill out that application, or at minimal, come into a center and sit down with one of our people and tell them their story, if they do not apply, all assistance stops. We cannot send them back to FEMA for any additional programs that they have, and they have a bucket load of programs. The application must be at least started and submitted with SBA. We'll determine it's not reasonable to put you into the loan program, and we'll send you right back to the FEMA owner program.
So it sounds like we have over 1,700 applicants that have still yet to complete the Small Business Administration process. Do they need to complete the SBA application, or is the FEMA application just good enough?
Absolutely need to come in and make an application. That's the reason FEMA and I are here today. We have recognized that there are almost 2,000 applications that have been referred to SBA, and we've only seen a drop of that. What they don't realize is that once they stop and don't fill out application, they have stopped all recovery for them going forward to achieve their true recovery. If they apply with SBA, we will look at it and determine whether or not it's a good idea or it's prudent to go forward with a loan application. If the income and the obligations are too close, we will at that point immediately stop the application process and refer you back to FEMA for the possibility of additional owner or other grant programs they might have.
So if SBA determines that the loan maybe isn't your best option, well then what are your options?
Well, that's a good question, because if we determine the loan is not a good option for your particular financial situation, we will refer you back to FEMA, and they will take you back and look at you with respect to the other needs program that they have, which could provide you with all types of disaster assistance.
These all sound like great options for people to explore. So how do they get in contact with the Small Business Administration?
Yes, there is some good options. With SBA, just like FEMA, we have the ability now, we have grown up in the electronic world. We can do online, we can go online from home and submit an application. You can come into the center, which I recommend, because it's nothing better than sitting in front of somebody face to face, explaining to them your particular situation, and we will then guide you through the program. And there is another facet that we use. When people sometimes are homebound, they're not electronically astute, they can actually get online, call our 800 number, which will be publicized all over the area. And in that number, they can call and ask for a paper application to be mailed to their home. It will include a return envelope, and the paper application is just a simple 2-page application, and they can fill it out at home, drop it in the mail, and we'll get it and process it just like it was done electronically.
So a lot of great options available to you. Thanks for joining us today, Ed. Reporting live here from St. Clair County in Illinois. Catch you next time.